Hello, welcome to Philip's Thoughts Week in Review for November 14th, 2020. We're going to start off here. Evidently, the news has gone to the dogs this week. Yes, it's gone to the dogs. Apparently, Joe Biden and his wife, they have a couple dogs, and of course, they're going to be going into the White House, assuming all the lawyer stuff goes their way. So, anyway, assuming he gets in there, the dogs are going with him. So they're going to have dogs in the White House again. Yay, yay. This is ridiculous. I mean, these articles out there just went on and on. I mean, if this is what our news is going to be like for the next 4 years, God save us. I mean, literally, we had CNN, The Guardian, National Geographic had an article about this. New York Times, USA Today, Inside Edition, NBC News, Washington Post. I mean, they all had articles out there. And the funny thing is, they were all pretty much put out there at the same time. So I'm assuming this is some coordinated press release that was put out there by the Bidens, But, yeah, I mean, if this is the kind of news that we're going to have over the next 4 years, God save us. I mean, come on, people. Really, this is the best you got. We're going to have like a 2-3 page article over, a couple dogs. And yes, yay, one of them's a rescue dog that they have. But, honestly, I hear about this and all I can think of is, okay, there's going to be an internship opening up for somebody to take care of their dogs. Because I'm pretty sure Joe Biden's not going to be running around the White House with a pooper scooper. So probably won't ever see these dogs again, except maybe in a Christmas picture or, some little photo op where he's walking one of the dogs, But, yeah, just kind of ridiculous. So, anyways, that's the state of our news today. It's gone to the dogs. Next up, Nancy Pelosi. She was planning on having a party with a lot of the new Democratic members of Congress. And I guess this is something they do all the time. Every time there's an election, they have a big party, get everybody together. Yay, we won, whatever. And the GOP probably does this as well. But Pelosi's party got canceled, because they were posting pictures of this. And, she's like, oh, yeah, it's safe. It's this and that and everything. But you've got... California is going with some of the strictest, that's where Pelosi's from, some of the strictest controls over, the coronavirus and stuff, as far as saying, like, hey, Thanksgiving's coming, you can only have so many members of your family in the house with you at one time. So Grandma and little Billy, they need to put them outside on the park bench or something. You guys eat out there, you can't come in the house. And then, those in the house, of course, have to wear masks when they're not eating, so it's like, take a bite, throw your mask up. But, they're requiring that, but then, of course, they're going to do something totally different. And then, along that same line, you got Governor Newsom of California there. And he had a birthday party with, I guess, 12 of his friends out at some fancy restaurant or whatever, again, kind of slap in the face, of everybody where they're saying like, hey, don't go anywhere, stay home, don't socialize, don't, meet up with friends, you don't want to be spreading the virus. And yet they're out there doing that. Don't get it. What's good for the goose is good for the gander type thing. If you're going to do it, lead by example, not, do as I say, don't do as I do. It's not a way to do it. Something interesting, kind of funny. In Japan, they're testing out a robot that will tell you to put your mask on when you come in the store. And this is the beginning of our, Cylon overlords telling you what to do. So apparently this robot will detect whether or not you have a mask on, and will tell you to please put it on. Apparently it's a pretty smart robot, though. It can actually tell, if you ask it where something is, it can, take you to that, in the store. But another thing it will also do, along with telling you to put the mask on, is if it notices that up at the checkout counter, everybody's cramming up there because they're trying to get all their holiday goodies. The robot will go up and tell everybody to back off and, social distance and stuff also. So there you go, Japan. They're always up on their robots, and they're training them to tell us what to do. I guess it saves employees from getting beat up. I mean, you see some places where that kind of thing happens, where employee starts telling somebody to put a mask on, and then a fight ensues, and I guess now you'll just have guys punching robots or something. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, in Japan, they seem to be a little bit more civilized over there as far as going off like that in public. But anyways, thought that was funny. It could be a robot coming to a store near you. Who knows? Now, another item I wanted to bring up, this here, I'm going to go ahead and do our bonehead comment of the week. And this is coming out of Barack Obama's memoir, where he says, millions of Americans were spooked by a black man in the White House. And he's kind of giving that as an excuse as to why, Trump rose, to power, as it were, and all that kind of stuff. Because, all these crazy, millions of racist white people that, wait a minute, voted Barack Obama into the White House apparently were spooked by him being there. Like, wait a minute, did we actually vote for him? What happened? I didn't realize, he was a black guy. What? No. I mean, come on. Seriously, dude. I would say the reason was because you had really bad policies. You didn't help people. You divided people. I mean, you were the racist in chief, not the commander in chief. I'm sorry. Truth may hurt, but that's the way it is. It's like Hillary Clinton, going around for, 4 years, coming up with every excuse in the book and blaming everybody for why she lost, except for looking in the mirror and saying like, oh yeah, it was, her attitudes on things and policies and so forth. I'm sorry, Mr. Obama, you get the bonehead comment of the week with that one. I think it's just really ridiculous. It's insulting. I find it racist. I find it, bigoted to, think such a thing. I'll say, Iowa, which is, always kind of slammed for not being diverse enough and whatever. We were, first in the nation in that, and we, voted, overwhelmingly for Obama, in the primaries and all that kind of stuff, when he was initially running, and, that gave him, like, the big boost and all that kind of stuff. But then, you're going to turn around and say that everybody's racist because, then we turned around and voted for Trump, later on. I just don't buy it. Doesn't pass the sniff test. No, sorry. So, Mr. Obama, you've won the bonehead of the week for this week. Now I got a couple good news items out here. We had a girl. She was struggling in the water. Her mother kind of panicked, freaked out, like, what do I do? Started yelling for help. And a guy named Kevin Causey, I guess he came up and, helped get the girl out of the water and everything. So, hey, big thumbs up to Kevin there. I guess the mother has since started a GoFundMe page and everything for him, even though he's like, hey, no, don't worry about it. No big deal. That's what I like to see, people helping people. He just jumped in there, took care of business. Another one is Holly Ann Millie, or Miley, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. One of the things I kind of don't like is in the articles you'll find it's, General Miley's wife, the saved man. It's like, okay, let's give her own name, it's Holly Ann. And apparently she's a cardiac nurse, so hey, right person, the right place. But she was at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier on Veterans Day. I don't know if they were like waiting for the president to swing by or, what kind of presentation thing was going on there. But one of the vets that was there, she noticed collapsed and, she jumped over there and helped get him going again, basically. The EMTs eventually came. They took him to the hospital, made sure he was okay, and he was discharged. But hey, another thumbs up to Holly Ann there. And again, why they got to say, wife of General, Miley or whatever. Okay, frankly, I don't know who the general is. I know the general as much as I know her. So why not just say, hey, Holly Ann Miley, saved this person's life. And, you can have as a footnote down there, it was the general's wife, blah, 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 whatever. But why you have to identify her as the general's wife, I don't get that. So, but anyways, thumbs up to both of those folks. Going in there the extra mile, just kind of jumping in, helping to save people's lives. So, like to see that. Nice to have some good news, And then sticking with the good news, Chucky Gnome here, he's happy because it sounds like Ben Roethlisberger is going to be off the reserve COVID list for the game this weekend. So that's what's anticipated right now. I believe they are testing him, like every day to make sure he doesn't come down with it. I don't know if he was like around somebody that had it or what the deal was. But yeah, he says he's feeling fine. He expects to be there. Everything's looking cool. So Chucky Gnome's happy. I've got my fingers crossed. We're going to hope it's not a close game. I want the Steelers to win, by a nice cushion margin. Keep my heart beating at a regular pace. So I think that's it for this week's Week in Review. So if you have any topics out there you'd like to see or hear about, if there's anything in the news that you've heard that you'd like to discuss, please leave comments below. And till next time, keep thinking. Hello and welcome to the end of the video. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, please click subscribe down below or follow, depending on which platform you happen to be catching this video on. And come on back for some more and check out some of my previous videos. And until next time, keep thinking and enjoy.